I was gonna get off for a minute and all that, but I'm back with it. Yeah, go get right. Let's go.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from Commanders Field here in Landover, Maryland. Here's Austin Seibert now to get this one started, and off we go from Northwest Stadium in Landover. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
To the air, Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Allen going to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. Allen going to go on 4th down. And he is caught. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bills post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the 1st quarter before we spilled into the 2nd, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now Allen. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
How you doing? Just keep drifting to the right, running to the right.
From 19 yards away.
And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns.
The full team.
Yeah,
is
You
involved
damn
in this
right. That's
game.
all I'm doing, man. You know how I learned that? By playing with my Patriots, nigga. That's all I can do.
Back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
But
Got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands though.
Yeah. Well.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Daniels looking to throw.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, smash Broncos!
Here's Daniels. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler.
And this is caught at the 20. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
To throw is Daniels.
Ertz has it left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Zach Ertz. As the first half is winding down.
And the Commanders are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Able to avoid him at the 40. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A final shot before half for Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Throwing now is Daniels. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. Still going inside the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick-6.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they were defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
To the air goes Daniels.
Now he's flushed out right. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Second down and 8.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Now Daniels.
Escaping the pressure right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Here we go, here we go. Panther Street, Panther Street.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now, you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now, with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 4th down, here's Daniels.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Bills are going to get the football back.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. In his own end zone, it's Allen.
Shakir hauls it in.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Half 85, half 85. Sub.
Motion man is Shakir.
Gun. Half 10.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Oh,
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
that's serious. Oh,
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense, I got it.
You
Yeah.
see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Bills are going to recover. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock. Now, let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm
what
not
you
as
can
smart
do.
as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right.
stepping in the way
Chart's
real
not going to
bad.
help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
In around.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around.
And even
There
though
we
he
go.
gets out of
Jeez,
bounds
man.
to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
56.
To throw is Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. And he
man,
takes a
just
shot on
yeah,
the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's
Run
been
it
under
back.
duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their
I give you a timeout. That was nice. You trying to play for some money?
The two teams talking
Yeah.
over on
No
their
ebook, though.
respective
You ain't ebook.
sidelines. We take a break.
No, I'm not. I think I'm using Buffalo's playbook.
You run an ebook deep.
Hey, what the fuck is ebook?
They'll look to throw again. And it's
Well, we
caught.
can. What
He's
you want to
got
do?
it
You got
for a
Gamma
late
Salone?
touchdown, but probably a
You
little
said
too
what?
late. It
I
was
said, what do you have?
and
Like to run it back
proportions
and
if they're
like
gonna
to
pull
play
this
for.
one off.
What, we can play for a
All right, now
dub.
a big two-point conversion attempt
No,
still
I
to
mean
come.
like what happened?
Oh, I got Zelle, Cash App, whatever, whichever
They'll
one you
look
want to
to
use.
throw.
Oh,
And this one
I'm talking
incomplete.
about Gavin
So they went for
Salone.
the two, they don't get it. And
Oh,
incomplete
I don't
here.
know. I don't know what gap
Even
niggas
with
be using to
16
gamble.
on the clock.
We can do it though for the 20. We can do it.
All right. But just add me after this
Touchdown.
game.
Here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Man, why the fuck I ain't do it, huh?
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So Allen's going to look to throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis.
Yeah, that's big.
The address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Hey.
The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. This one is
Ah, they're good. Red.
In the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is James Cook. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Cook. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll run. It's Ty Johnson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. So now they'll throw it with Allen. Off he goes.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
3rd and 6. They'll motion over Samuel. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. Throw is caught by Cooper on the right side. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
From the gun, it's Allen. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
They'll try and run here with Cook. 14 on the pickup. First down, Buffalo. Off the play fake, here's Allen. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And a good run there on 2nd down. A pickup 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Bills. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs.
Come on with the Jesus.
And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run the toss to Jacobs. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. We are through 1. 6-0 is our score. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll get this ahead for about 3. That's Gregory Rousseau in on the stop. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Here comes 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Set. Set. Go.
From the gun, it's Love. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for a Packers 1st down.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
17.
That's another Green
Love to throw it on 1st down. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Here's Love. That's caught by Dillon. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Here's a run to the 5-yard line.
Number 28, A.J. Dillon, the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Here now, 2nd down and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
They'll run the sneak, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Jordan Love, touchdown Packers. Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. His kick is good, and the Packers move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. He's got room to the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. Here's Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills are in the lead by the score 13-7.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. Gotta subscribe.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another first down.
Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
13 more yards. That's another Packers first down.
A good play action with Love. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down.
Down.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs.
Oh, my God. That let him
Not
come
much
up with it.
Down to about
He
the
just turned
13.
his back in.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. McManus on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Packers move out in front by a point. It's 14-13.
So, gotta add him. For sure.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Now a shot downfield for Samuel.
Oh, come on, bud.
That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll run it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
First down, Buffalo.
From the gun, Josh Allen. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. The Bills will send out the field goal unit. Spotted at the 45, this is a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. He missed it. Halftime now at Lambeau. And the Packers are on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
Let's go. Set.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Room up the sideline at the 45. Gets to the edge at the 30. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Out of the end zone, it's Ty Johnson. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. In motion, Shakir. Now Allen on first down. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. A run up the middle with Cook. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Here's Allen. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's Allen to throw. That's taken in. It's James Cook. They get 14 on that hookup. Good for a Bills first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Throwing is Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
Jeez.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Allen going to throw again. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Curtis Samuel. Touchdown, Buffalo. Allen leading the Bills to the line for this 2-point try.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
On the handoff, this is Cook. And he will not get in. They will come up empty on this try for 2, unable to tie this football game up. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Set.
Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick 1st down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2.
Set. Ready.
The man in motion is Watson.
Seal. Black. Set. Go.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. He'll take this ahead for a yard, down to the 49. Big Ed Oliver there on the tackle. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. He's down right at the 40, but that is good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
19.
On the double.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
Blue check.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey. Hey.
The man in motion is Watson.
Set. Hunt.
Now Jacobs. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
A loss of 1.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
The offense staying out there for this 4th down.
4th down.
They'll go for it. Love. That's taken in. And he will have the first down. So they took a chance on 4th and 2. Didn't get it by much, but they do convert to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll get about 5.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier. Christian Bedford on the stop. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
It's good. Oh shit. Okay, I appreciate
Gonna
that.
hand this to Dillon. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down. Right back to Dillon. Not much happening there. Tackled at the 17. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining.
Ready. Ready.
It's another go with Dillon. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
Flag blue. Set.
They'll drop to throw. That is caught side of the end zone. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Now, an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. He's got it. And the Packers will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. Now the rush finally gets to him, and he'll go down.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
And this will be incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
Now Allen facing 3rd and long. Again, working
Let's go.
deep
Let's
downfield.
do it, baby. Good game.
And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a
Let it
chance
do
to
it.
extend their lead.
Packers take over.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But
Oh, I knew he was gonna do that. I knew he was gonna do that. He was just trying to get me to send the money. That's why I don't need. Hey, so I knew he was gonna do that. 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 I knew it. That's why only thing now, man, straight up Game of Saloon, man. He was already like, what's her name in me? Like unfollow me, try to block me a little bit. No, I ain't in. I knew it. So he ain't even on my. He was already unfollowing me and shit. What? Damn, what was his name on there? He was already setting up the play, dog. I knew I should. I already knew. I just wanted to see for real. Like I already knew. But he thought he was gonna win. How about play for some money? He got that little bullshit win when they called it jumping in between me and all that. Where you at, mister? Ah, that old shit. Lame. This lame man wasn't gonna try to play me for no money. That's crazy. Man, block me. Who it, man? Number game of Salome, man. Here on it. Number game of Salome, man. They gonna unfriend me so fast.
On a spot of land that was once desert, now stands the city of Glendale, and a building filled to the brim with fans, State Farm Stadium.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go in Glendale. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action in this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Murray taking it right to the air.
Oh,
He's
wow.
got him. That's McBride. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's good for a Cardinal. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
This is a big
Across
one.
midfield,
That's a
close to the
weak-ass
45 before going out.
37-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up
So weak as fuck.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
brings up 3rd down.
Turning to Benson on third. And he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Hey, Ace.
Oh.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Offense up to the line fast.
Whoa, now. Oh,
He had it
he's
for a moment, but a great defensive play
NCAA.
to jar it loose, incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Murray on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Let's go! Oh, I made a mistake and hit. What's the name? Get up.
Intercepted.
I made a mistake and hit.
By
What's the name?
Jair Alexander. And the Packers take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Going run again with Jacobs. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They just get the play off. Connects on the crosser. And he'll be touched down after a big play. So through 1, this game, more for you defensive maestros out there. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They've got a first to begin the frame.
Ultra. Go ultra.
Shotgun now for Love. He's going deep. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Christian Watson with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, Ooh, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And defenders are there to get him at the line. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. From the gun, it's Murray. McBride hauls it in. Continuing to move past the 45. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Benson now from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Second down, he takes the option right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Packers into a nickel defense, third down.
Third down and 14.
Easy, quiver. 2-2.
The give now to Benson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down. Fourth and forever coming up.
Big X open. Easy, quiver.
They snap it to Murray. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
What the fuck was that?
25 yards on the play. That's good.
Murray here on first down. Getting out to his left. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know it.
They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
A gain of 42 yards.
First down throw, here's Love.
First down, Packers.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Love from the gun. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Smash, shot, 17. Ready.
Love to throw again.
Damn.
It's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal.
Here we go.
Love out of the shotgun. Catch is made in close.
Got out.
Touchdown, Green Bay. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers double their lead to 14.
Cardinals nothing. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
That's one. Omaha, Omaha, Omaha.
He's back to throw. Got his man, that's Zay Jones. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Prater on to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready, ready.
Love looking to pass. Has it downfield, working the left. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
A gain of 22 yards. First down.
Thrown on first down, Love. Gets everything he has under
terrible,
this throw.
dog.
He's
Oh
got
my
it deep
God.
downfield. It's a Green Bay touchdown.
Touchdown.
Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity, certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Packers stretch their lead to 21.
Cardinals nothing. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Green, green, green.
Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Buys time. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down.
Sean Gary.
Working quickly here.
It's second and 21 at the 19-yard line.
Hey. Come on. Hey.
After the sack, another pass on second down. And they
You
get
got
to
him.
him again.
Come on.
And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Brings up third
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first two plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely third down pickup.
Now Murray on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion.
Can I get to the next game, dog?
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators.
Oh,
One
my
alligator,
God.
2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Buzz.
On 4th down, here's Murray.
This nigga ran into me.
Now he's taking a deep shot right. Oh no, they get him yet again. Edger and Cooper takes it away. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too.
Well,
that
he
one
ran
was on
into
their
me.
defense. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Trey McBride. So it's 2nd down coming up. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
On 2nd and 10, it's Murray. Into the hands of Michael Wilson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play.
1st and 10, Murray. He's on the move. And after some relocating there, Brock, they track him down away from the pocket. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying again, following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He puts some power on a deep one left. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. Trying to find Trey McBride. So that brings up 4th and long.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Ace.
They're going for this. He's trying another one deep. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, it took that fucking long. We out here, baby. To that money, you see what happened. We out.